On the morning of April 20th, 1914, in a small mining town in Colorado, USA, a group of poor coal miners woke up inside a tent colony with their families. They had been on strike for months, fighting against the richest man in America at the time, John D. Rockefeller Jr., and his mining company. The miners lived in poverty, no running water, no medical care, dangerous working conditions that killed dozens every year. When they demanded fair wages and safer mines, Rockefeller's company kicked them out of their homes. Forced into tents, exposed to the freezing cold, that morning the Colorado National Guard, hired with Rockefeller support, surrounded the camp. Gunfire erupted. For 14 hours, bullets tore through the tents as families ran for their lives. When the shooting finally stopped, the soldiers set the entire colony on fire. Inside one of the burned tents, rescuers found the bodies of 2 mothers and 11 children, suffocated in a pit where they were hiding. This event came to be known as the Ludlow Massacre, a horrifying moment when the poor rose against the rich, and the rich responded with force. It remains one of the most brutal examples of class struggles in modern history, and it raises a painful question that still exists today. Why does society create such deep hatred between the poor and the wealthy? Is it injustice, power, exploitation, or something much more psychological? Today, we explore why the poor hate the wealthy and how this tension has shaped and continues to shape the world we live in. Hostility between the poor and the rich is not new. In every civilization, Rome, France, China, modern America, class tension has shaped history. The resentment often comes from one core reality. The rich and the poor live in the same world, but experience completely different lives. To the poor person, the wealthy appear privileged, opportunities look handed to them, success seems rigged in their favor, and when someone feels the system is unfair, anger becomes a natural reaction. Let's talk psychology. Humans naturally compare themselves to others, especially those who seem above them. Today, social media makes this comparison constant. You open your phone and instantly see someone's mansion, brand new car, or vacation in Dubai. The result? Envy, self-doubt, bitterness, and because the wealthy are highly visible, they become easy targets for emotional frustration.
I don't think billionaires should exist. No one needs that much money. I think it's inhumane. Pick any city, walk around, you see people starving, people without basic necessities. There's no excuse for that. And it's not because people are lazy or don't want to work. The billionaires that keep amassing more and more wealth so they can build rocket ships and do whatever the hell they want to do, that does nothing for humanity.
Did you eat the rich? How did it taste?
Yes, stale.
Who would be your favorite rich person to eat?
My favorite rich person to eat? Probably Elon Musk.
And do you think he's a negative for society, Elon Musk?
Yeah, I do. He just uses his money and tosses it around.
What do you think would happen if we got rid of all billionaires here in the United States?
I think we would have more to eat.
What do you think would happen to a lot of the jobs here in the United States?
If all the billionaires were gone, I think we would all have better wages.
In 2020, while much of the world was locked indoors during COVID-19, Amazon warehouses were busier than ever. Millions depended on deliveries to survive, and inside those warehouses were workers standing for 10 to 12 hours a day, racing against timers, monitored by algorithms that tracked every second of their movement. Some workers later reported that the pace was so intense they avoided bathroom breaks using bottles instead, because stopping meant falling behind. That same year, Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, saw his personal wealth increase by tens of billions of dollars. One moment captured global attention. Bezos announced he was stepping down as CEO and thanked Amazon employees for making him rich. For many workers struggling to pay rent, that sentence felt like a slap. Not because Bezos worked hard, but because the gap between their lives and his had become almost unimaginable. Let's be honest, some wealth is built on hard work, but some wealth is built on connections, corruption, and inherited privilege. When the poor see politicians stealing public funds, CEOs exploiting workers, rich kids getting opportunities without merit, it reinforces a powerful belief: the system is rigged, hard work doesn't matter, and when people feel trapped, resentment grows. Throughout history, Politicians have weaponized class anger. They manipulate the poor into believing your problems come from the rich. This creates a convenient enemy, an emotional outlet for economic frustration. And while this anger is sometimes justified, other times it's a tool used to distract from larger systemic failures. Research consistently shows something surprising. People are more distressed by inequality than by poverty itself. Sociologist Richard Wilkinson and epidemiologist Kate Pickett, in the Spirit level, found that societies with large income gaps experience higher stress, lower trust, more social tension, even when basic needs are met. Why? Because humans are status-sensitive creatures who constantly evaluate where we stand relative to others. When the gaps feel extreme, resentment follows. Psychologist Leon Festinger's social comparison theory explains that people judge their worth by comparing themselves to others. In earlier societies, comparisons were limited to neighbors. Today, the poor are constantly exposed to billionaire lifestyles, luxury consumption, public displays of wealth. This creates what researchers call upward comparison stress. The result is not just envy but humiliation, a far more powerful emotion. Political scientists emphasize that resentment grows when most inequality is seen as unfair. Research on system justification theory shows that people tolerate inequality only if they believe the system is fair. But resentment increases when people believe wealth is inherited, not earned, success depends on connections, hard work does not lead to mobility. Studies from the OECD show that social mobility has declined in many countries, meaning people are increasingly stuck in the class they are born into. When effort stops leading to reward, anger replaces hope. Neuroscience research shows that low social status activates stress pathways in the brain, increasing cortisol levels. Chronic stress leads to anxiety, irritability, and resentment. This is not moral failure, it is biology. When wealth is concentrated at the top, those at the bottom experience constant signals of inferiority, often without direct interaction with the rich at all. Sociologists like Michael Sandel argue that modern societies promote a powerful myth: anyone can succeed if they work hard enough. Research shows this belief can actually increase resentment. Why? Because when people fail in an unequal system, they blame themselves until the gap becomes impossible to ignore. At that point, blame shifts outward, toward elites who appear protected from failure. Most resentment toward the wealthy is symbolic, not personal. Psychologists note that the rich often become symbols of exclusion, symbols of unreachable opportunity, symbols of a system that prioritizes profit over people. This is why resentment often targets visible wealth, not quiet success. Importantly, research does not show that poor people inherently hate the rich. What studies consistently show is resentment towards inequality, lack of dignity, absence of opportunity. In societies with strong safety nets and mobility, class resentment is significantly lower, even when wealth differences exist. Another major reason: distance. The rich and the poor rarely interact meaningfully. To the poor, the wealthy feel out of touch, arrogant, insensitive to struggles. To the rich, the poor may appear lazy, angry, and entitled. Both sides misunderstand each other, and the misunderstanding breeds tension. Wealth has become a symbol of power, but also a symbol of inequality. A luxury watch is not just a watch, it's a statement: I have more than you. A private school is not just education, it's separation. For many poor people, the wealthy become walking reminders of what they don't have, what they may never achieve, and the gap society has created. But there's something most people don't realize. Many poor people don't truly hate the wealthy, they hate the circumstances that keep them poor. The hatred is not personal, it's emotional exhaustion, it's poverty, it's hopelessness. So why do the poor hate the wealthy? Because inequality hurts, because the life feels unfair, because survival is draining. But the divide doesn't have to stay this way. Understanding each other and creating systems where everyone has a chance is the first step toward ending the resentment. If you learned something today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep breaking down the hidden realities of our world.